The Salutatorian for the class of 2022 has been involved in every aspect of student life at Frassati Catholic High School: athletics, theater, and clubs. She was a leader on the cross-country, soccer, and track teams. Her athletic accomplishments have earned her district championships and top 10 finishes at state, first team All-State awards, academic All-State awards, and 3 different Falcon Awards. This student had dancing and ensemble roles in both Beauty and the Beast and The Sound of Music. Her club life has been very active, as she has been a member of the Culture of Life Club, a student ambassador, and the National Honor Society, for which she served as president this year. In the area of academics, our salutatorian was a CLT 10 National Award recipient, wrote the top essay in the high school division of the Catholic Textbook History Essay Contest, and was most recently named a National Merit Scholar. This student spends many hours outside of school volunteering her time with organizations such as Montgomery County Food Bank, the Avanti Senior Living Center, St. Anthony's Meals on Wheels, Texas Children's Hospital, and the Interfaith Hand Me Up shop. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our salutatorian for the class of 2022, Ashlyn Miller.
Thank you, Board of Trustees, Sister John Paul, faculty, staff, students, family, friends, and especially the class of 2022. I am honored to be here before you today. To the class of 2022, it is no accident that we are all here today. Take a moment to look around you. Can you imagine what your life would be like if you hadn't met those friends, peers, teachers that are sitting around you? I can say with confidence that each and every one of you has had a significant impact on my life. I would not be the same person without you. As many of you know, I transferred to Frassati Catholic from Newfoundland, Canada, and sometimes I think, what if I hadn't moved here? What if I'd never met you all? And that's kind of a scary thought. But then I think about God's plan. He meant for us, every one of us, to be in the room right now, to be graduating as classmates and as friends. God has a purpose. And it was part of God's plan that we would all go to Frassati Catholic. I remember when I first transferred here my sophomore year, how unique and wonderful it all was. I remember my first lunch when some new friends invited me to go to the chapel to pray the Divine Mercy Chaplet before eating. The moment I walked in, I caught my breath. I was shocked because there were so many students in the chapel that all the pews were filled up and kids were just kneeling wherever they had the space. I remember thinking, this is amazing. There were no words to describe it. I have been to a lot of very different schools, and nowhere have I seen high schoolers willingly give up part of their lunchtime for God. My faith changed that day. I also remember my first seminar in English class. It was the first few weeks of school, and Miss Ramos announced that we were going to do some strange thing called a Socratic seminar. I was like, I have no idea what that is. And when the people around me whipped out their books and started rattling off quotes and page numbers, I was like, what have I gotten myself into? But I learned, and we all learned. And I think that's part of why God wanted us to be here at Frassati Catholic. He wanted us to grow in the things that really matter: faith, friendship, pursuit of the truth. There was something that God wanted each of us to get out of our time here. He has a purpose. Looking into the future, it's hard to see God's plan. I know many of us were like, "Dear God, please just tell me the college I'm supposed to go to." Sometimes it's not that easy. God never said it would be easy. But He does promise to be with us every step of the way. As we look forward to college and beyond, it's important to think about why God has put the experiences and people in our lives that He has. I know we've heard a lot about being agents of change, but it is so true. In our time here, we've been agents of change for each other. Frassati Catholic has been an agent of change for us. And now, we are being sent forth. It's time to go out and show the world that joy, that faith, that love that we have. Through the college we've chosen, the roommate we will have, the major we'll study, the job we'll get, through it all, God has woven His plan and His purpose. As we go forth, we are not alone. So live intentionally. Use your gifts. Pour your heart into everything that you do, because God has designated you for a role that no one else, not in the past, not in the future, can fill. When you leave these halls and go into the world, go with courage and conviction, and remember, God has a purpose. Thank you.
Our valedictorian for the class of 2022 has been very involved in school activities during her time at Frassati Catholic. She was on the swim team for 4 years and consistently earned points for the team from her individual races and relay events, including a gold medal in the 200 free relay at state her senior year. She was an all-state award recipient and also earned the Falcon Award. Our valedictorian was also an integral part of the Government and Debate Club, for which she served as president her senior year. Her success includes earning the Regional Youth and Government Distinguished Delegate Award and crafting a resolution to the General Council at the state convention that passed unanimously. Additionally, this student served as a student ambassador, a city representative on the student council, and she was in the National Honor Society. Her academic success was punctuated by her selection as a National Merit finalist. Outside of school, this student volunteered many hours serving the organization Love for Our Elders, and she held an important position as an athlete representative on the board of USA Swimming. Her role there allowed her to speak out in support of potential changes that would contribute to safety improvements within the swimming community. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our valedictorian for the class of 2022, Anna Lackner.
The Board of Trustees, Sister John Paul, faculty, staff, family, friends, and the class of 2022. I would like to begin with a thank you to all of you for making it possible for us to be here today. You have touched each and every one of our lives, and I hope you know how thankful we are for each of your unique sacrifices. As many of you know, I'm quite fond of numbers, so I would like to start off my speech with some statistics. Only 66% of people around the world receive a secondary education. And based on a data report conducted by UNESCO's Institute of Statistics, there has been no visible progress in recent years of reducing dropout rates. Beyond that, only 6.7% of the world population holds a college degree. We are all truly so blessed. Having a complete high school education is a privilege that only a little over half the world has access to. None of us will ever face the challenge of being unable to express the ideas in our minds because we lack the vocabulary to do so. We will never lack the ability to teach ourselves new things because we can't read the words on a page. I know sometimes we can feel illiterate when trying to read texts like Inferno or the Aeneid, but the fact that we even have the tools to begin analyzing works of this caliber shows how much we have truly been given. Literal knowledge is not the only gift our time in school has given us, however. We as humans are meant to be in communion with others, and the last 4 years have definitely been full of bonding experiences. From competing against each other in Spirit Week, to buying matching hot dog costumes, to cheering each other on at games, we have formed countless lifelong friendships and come together as a whole grade to learn numerous lessons from each other that extend far beyond the classroom. We all hold countless fond memories of competing in tug of war on Olympic Day, dancing to Footloose, and attending Frassati Catholic's first ever homecoming. I know I personally have found a deep community at Frassati through representing the swim team at state and traveling with the debate club. In contrast, 150 million other young adults are forced to work in factories daily and worry constantly about how to obtain their next meal. High school has allowed us a sort of leisure that truly is a unique privilege that should not be taken for granted, as it has farther formed us into the people we are meant to become. You could say in a way that each of us has been handed a map in the form of education that lays out the foundation for all of our future endeavors. Before maps, civilization was isolated and fragmented. No one had any idea what the other side of the world looked like. Maps revealed the vast possibilities the world had to offer. Similarly, your education opens all doors to you. With knowledge, hard work, and God, nothing is impossible. Some people like to say that the sky is the limit, but now that astronomical maps have been charted, we can find new horizons even beyond the stars. Our education is a gift that has truly prepared us to proceed on to our next adventure and the one after that, no matter where life may lead us. A path has been laid for each of us to go forth and change the world in our own unique ways. Some of us might do this through becoming a doctor and saving lives, being an engineer and building affordable housing, pursuing the arts and bringing people closer to God through beauty, studying business and providing people with jobs, or pursuing religious life and spreading Catholicism to the world. No matter where our maps may lead, all of us have unimaginable adventures in store. We are all going to excel at things and fail at others, try new things, find love, experience loss, and make discoveries beyond our wildest dreams. The world is our oyster, and our education is the perfect tool to begin navigating it with. Be thankful and seize every day. Use this precious gift you have been given to better the world. I hope each of us can look towards the rest of our lives, remembering the unique opportunity we have been given by God, and confidently say to ourselves, in the words of Captain Jack Sparrow, "Now bring me that horizon." Thank you.